52940.
Court's been asked to appoint a guardian and a conservator in this file. May I have the names of our participants, please?
Michael McFarland, attorney guardian ad litem.
Michael Lebanon, appearing on behalf of petitioner, Lenawee County Medical Care Facility.
Okay, would you like to either introduce your client or ask her to introduce herself?
Oh, yes. Devin, can you please introduce yourself and tell the court what you do?
Yeah, Devin Donnelly, social worker at Lenawee Medical Care Facility. And then I'll have Nora introduce herself.
Okay, hello, welcome.
Tell them your name.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
This is Nora Morgan.
Yeah, it's my name, Nora
Thank you. And then, of course,
Morgan.
we've got Ms. Kimberly Swendson as our proposed guardian.
That's
Yes,
correct, Your Honor.
yes.
And conservator.
We do have somebody from billing here as well.
Yeah, I need
If
to.
you-
But that's okay. I don't think we're going to
Okay.
need that.
Okay,
Okay, Mr. McFarland, let's start with you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did submit a guardian ad litem report. It's a little late because I just received a phone call, scheduled a telephone conference this morning. I did have a very pleasant conversation with Nora under much calmer situations. She understood what a guardianship and a conservatorship was. Somebody to watch over her money, make medical decisions, and to help her with her housing. She's agreeable to her daughter in Georgia performing those tasks. I was a little bit concerned about her daughter in Georgia being able to do that. Turns out Nora's other sister comes up quite frequently to visit her, and Nora would be FaceTiming like I did today with Nora and keeping in contact that way. There is a house, there are bank accounts, so there's real property that needs to be protected. They probably will have to spend that down for her stay, is what I've been advised. Nora does not completely understand her medical issues. She does not wish to have an attorney. When I advised her of her rights, there is no medical power of attorney or patient advocate that I'm aware of. When I advised her rights, she understood them. I broke them down simply, and she indicated she did not wish to have an attorney since she was not objecting to her daughter, who she knows loves her very much. She indicated to me making those decisions.
Thank you. Testimony today, Mr. Liebenbaum?
Yes, we can have Devin give some testimony, Your Honor.
Okay. Names, is it Devin Donnelly?
Yep.
Thank you.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Donnelly, you introduced yourself earlier. Can you tell the court, well, you are the social worker at Lenawee Medical Care Facility, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and in that capacity, you're the social worker for Nora Morgan?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell the court what her most recent brief interview mental status examination score was?
Ooh.
You know what, I'll ask a different question.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't
Can you
have that
tell us-
number right off the top.
That's okay. Can you tell us what Ms. Morgan's orientation is?
I would say to herself.
Okay, so she doesn't really know where she is that correct?
She might be able to at times to recall.
Okay, and she doesn't know what time it is that right?
I don't believe all the time she would know.
Yeah, and I believe earlier she was having a little bit of trouble remembering her own name, is that correct?
That's correct.
And that happens from time to time, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and is this a condition which is going to deteriorate over time?
It could, yes.
Okay, and at the present time, what types of assistance does she require at the facility?
She needs help with medication management, getting her meals prepared, getting meals set up, just kind of everything with her activities of daily living.
Okay, so it'd be fair to say she requires assistance with all of her activities of daily living?
Yes,
Okay. Do you believe that Nora Morgan is somebody who, because of her mental deficiency and or physical illness or disability, is unable to make or communicate informed decisions regarding her medical care?
yes,
And likewise, do you believe that because of her mental deficiency and or physical illness or disability, she is somebody who is unable to effectively and efficiently manage her financial affairs?
yes,
Do you believe that she is somebody who requires the assistance of a full guardian at this time?
yes, she would require that.
Okay, and do you believe that she's somebody who requires the assistance of a full conservator at this time?
Yes,
And do you believe that her daughter, Kimberly Swenson, is an appropriate and suitable person to be appointed as both guardian and conservator for her mother?
yes, I do.
Okay, I have no further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Liebenbaum, what are the assets that would need to be managed by a conservator in this estate?
To our knowledge, Your Honor, there is a house and there are bank accounts, although I don't believe we know how much are in those bank accounts. So unfortunately, I can't give you a number just yet. But once Ms. Swenson takes over and finds out the amount and files her inventory, I suppose at that point, a bond would have to be filed in the amount, if Your Honor thought that was appropriate.
Do you have questions for Ms. Donnelly?
I do not, Your Honor.
Anyone else you'd like us to hear from, Mr. Liebenbaum?
No, I think that's all we need, and we would ask the court to take judicial notice of the report of physician or mental health professional.
Yes, I do have that.
Okay, and I think that's all we need,
Thank
or
you.
all we will present, I should say.
Mr. McFarland?
If the court finds my verbal and written report suitable, I have nothing further.
All right, I would assume you've done your typical vetting of our proposed.
I have, Your Honor, that's contained in my report. No criminal history, no APS or CPS history, correct?
Did you find any issues with her financial
No,
history?
none reported, Your Honor. I did ask that. And that was not in my report.
Right, and, okay, I think that's it for my questions for you. All right, anything else then before I make my decision?
Nothing for me, Your Honor. Thank you.
Not here?
Very good. Well, the court's been asked to evaluate whether or not Ms. Nora Morgan needs a guardian and a conservator. The standards is, of course, clear and convincing evidence. We've had the testimony of Ms. Donnelly, who interacts with Nora on a daily basis. I have my own limited observations today, as well as the report of physician or mental health professional, which does constitute clear and convincing evidence, in this case, of impairment based on some deficiencies associated with the diagnosis of dementia. There's also some additional physically debilitating issues also that Ms. Nora is facing. Specifically, as a result of an examination by Dr. Babar Stanula, conducted in July 20th of 2023, a physician with a specialty of internal medicine, he found that Ms. Morgan has Alzheimer's disease, dementia, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, encephalopathy, I think, chronic kidney disease, hypertensive chronic kidney disease, hyperlipidemia, altered mental status, old myocardial infarction, essential primary hypertension, fracture of unspecified part of neck of right femur, and hypercalcemia. The doctor notes that due to dementia, this particular resident has poor safety awareness and presents with impulsive and poor decision-making skills. There is an extensive medication list attached, along with some additional notes from the care facility where Ms. Nora Morgan currently resides, intended to alleviate the symptoms associated with her diagnosis. Nevertheless, the doctor finds that as the date of the evaluation and continuing forward based on this court's observations, we have, unfortunately, a situation where Ms. Nora Morgan is not presently able to make informed decisions in the areas of determining where to live, consenting to supportive services, handling personal financial affairs, and authorizing or refusing medical treatment. She is therefore an incapacitated person as the law describes it, and as a result of her inability to accomplish her activities of daily living, the court further concludes she needs a full guardian and financial protection to help effectively marshal and utilize the assets for her care, which obviously rises to the level that she needs a specialized residential facility to accomplish proper treatment and supervision based on her conditions. Based on the indications of her assets, also her house, potentially some bank accounts and some other items that will have to be attended to on her behalf, I will appoint her daughter, Ms. Kimberly Swendson, in both capacity as full guardian as well as conservator, in order to make sure that that is accomplished on behalf of her mother. I'm not going to require a bond at this time, but as Mr. Liebenbaum indicated, that may be an issue in the event that there is a large amount of liquid assets in the future. I would expect that many of Ms. Morgan's assets will be needed for her care in the near and potentially longer future. So for those reasons, the court has signed the order granting the appointment both of guardian and conservator, signed the letters of authority in both cases, and I have also the acceptance of appointment already for Ms. Swinson. So unless